Hello, hello. How's everybody doing today? No future. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How are you doing this week?
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Just busy as always. I think you've seen the smoke signals. We have a very, very busy week ahead of us in Gotchi land. So, multiple games releasing and some big infrastructure on the Geist network that ties all these games together. So stick around. No Future and I will be talking about the imminent release of Gotchi Guardians. This will be the first release of our multiplayer tower defense game onto Geist, our layer 3. So this is a major release. For that reason and for a few others, it's definitely a distinct, strong release from the Guardians team. And it's going to be plugging into the Gotchi Points campaign, the TGE. All of that starts this week with Gotchi Guardians. In addition, December 7th, this coming Saturday, will be the first time we can all hop in the Gotchiverse 3D together. So there's been a 2D Gotchiverse for multiple years. Gotchi Gang's been active in that world for all that time. We've taken the on-chain data from those land parcels, all the metadata, and we've now migrated it to a whole new game engine. Now, this new world is built on Unity. It's deploying on Geist as well, hooked into the badge system, all of that meta level activity. And you'll also be farming and able to earn Gotchi points, among other things. So we'll get into that today. That's coming real fast. You want to join us on Saturday. There's an open edition mint that is available to everyone that hops in the Gotchiverse on Saturday. So we'll definitely flesh that out. Make sure you have all the details you need. And then kind of tying it all together at the meta level is what I mentioned. It's the player profile. And on a more technical level, it's the new Aavegotchi ecosystem wallet that we're shipping this week. This is in partnership with our friends at Third Web. And what that really does, TLDR, is you're able to create an account with your social login, whatever you want. You have a Gotchi player profile. And then you want to connect existing MetaMasks or other wallets that you already have. And you're going to be able to do that. So you're finally able to, connect multiple wallets into one on-chain player profile. And so it's basically, your Xbox, your PlayStation, your social, your Steam account, now EVM compatible, blockchain ready, everything's happening on chain. And a lot of these items are tradable in the bazaar, the NFT marketplace, that is also on the cusp of going live on Geist. So almost every day between now and the holidays hitting is like something releasing on Geist, part of this migration of the massive ecosystem we have coming over smart contract by smart contract, bit by bit, coming over to Geist and bringing a lot of new gameplay and experiences with it. So yeah, that's the main three things we have to cover today. Want to make sure you're aware and able to act on all three. And of course, there's about 20 other things that are also happening across the community. So maybe we do a real high-level run through the headlines here, and we could think about just kind of giving an overview of everything that's happening other than the stuff I just mentioned. What do you think, No Future?
Yeah, let's take a deep dive and jump right in real quick. The first big thing we'll talk about is the new Aavegotchi merch store update, which has gone out. We have a wonderful third edition of the Christmas, I don't want to call it Christmas, but a holiday sweater. This one's in base blue. So we are settling on base.
We got to pull this up. We got to pull this up.
You got to see it.
Yeah, very visual. All right. So for those who don't know, if you said it's the third one, what does that mean? We've actually been doing this as a community for three holiday seasons now, right? So the Godlike Green was last year, and then the original was more of a purple pink Aavegotchi sweater. These got to be one of our most popular items of all time, digital or physical. It's kind of a rite of passage to get one of these. How many do you have already, Stellar? Stellar, No Future.
I have 5 of the original and 1 of the Godlike Green.
Holy cow, you have a serious collection, sir. That's good.
Well, the original was only 250 made, so I was like, these are going to be collectibles. So I still have 4 of them in the box.
That's awesome. And Goobs is running the show here in the back. Would you mind pulling up merch.aavegotchi.com so we can see? Yeah, This is live now. Holidays are here. You know how shipping times are. So if you're Gotchi gang and you want to get one of these sweaters in time for the holidays, it is December 4th. We got this up last week. It's been up about a week, but this might be the first time you're hearing about it. So yeah, this is something you'd want to act on, and would hate for you to say, oh, I didn't know about this until it was too late. So got to call this out early and often. Other than the sweater, there's a lot of other items. This is a whole revamp of the merch store, and we're now able to provide a lot of different items. And like if you hover on one of those goobs, you'll see that it will preview different options. So it's not like that's the Gotchiverse logo, and then that you see it just changed to Spirit Force. So you can basically take your favorite Gotchi game, and on most of these items, you can get that piece of material, that whatever it is, but assigned to a specific part of the Aavegotchi ecosystem that you vibe with. So we're going to continue to add more of those. I want to get some fake Gotchi stuff integrated on the art front. But right now it's very gaming focused. We're in the middle of launching Geist. And yeah, you can get a lot of cool Geist gear too. So merch.aavegotchi.com. Look at that. We got the throw towel. Ooh, the hoodie looks pretty good. And if you're wondering what that one is there, it says Reckless. That's some Alpha. We're going to be launching something really cool, and it's called Reckless. We'll have more info on that next week, but that's the plan. So yeah, notebooks. There's all sorts of cool stuff in here. So shout out to the merch store, and Lost Local's been leading this, kind of putting it together with some teammates. And you can see a lot of this merch and maybe win some of it if you're joining Miami Art Basel later this week. So that's the big IRL event that's happening right now. Aavegotchi's had a presence at the Miami Art Basel multiple years, I think 3 years running now. And this will be our best year yet. We're at the Gates Hotel with the Goons. No Future, who else is down there with us? I think are you going down there? Are you going to be
I'm going to be there. I'm going to be covering some Say ecosystem stuff. They have like a Magic Eden party that I'm going to be doing a live stream from. So that's going to be Saturday. And then the basketball game that I'm going to play in.
Oh, cool. Yeah, you always get into these pickup games or these tournaments. So very cool. Very cool. Is it a 3-on-3 tournament? Usually it's...
Yeah, I think this one will be 3-on-3, and then you have like 2 or 3 subs. I'm there really for the jerseys because I've been collecting them, and like when a basketball jersey for Aavegotchi, I need one of those. We see the jersey here, which is more like a hockey style one, which is cool, but I want a basketball jersey for the summer.
Yeah. We got the hockey one here. It's a good gaming jersey, so get your esports on. I love that jersey. Can't wait for it. It's in the mail right now. I should get it in the next few days. I was on that real quick. But I agree, a basketball jersey would be awesome. And one of these days, you and I need to be in the same IRL event. And if I know that's coming up, I promise to do some training, and I want to join your team. I hope you pick me.
Yeah.
So I got a decent mid-range, so we can go with that.
Heck yeah, I'm down.
All right. Aavegotchi says, note that the prices in the visuals are CAD, Canadian dollars. So yeah, it's we ship global. This new merch store generally does a lot better job with that. The one exception is the sweaters come from our own bespoke source that we've had for the last 3 years. So we didn't want to break that partnership and collaboration. So that one has some additional shipping charges because it's just the nature of international shipping and the crazy world we live in. But it is there for the taking. We ship globally. So I don't see it on here yet. But one of the things I ordered is one of these the cases for your Apple stuff. So I've got there it is. I got the case for my AirPods, and they have a raffle one, but I went with the Gotchi one. It just seems so perfect. But yeah, merch store is live. Everything's there, looking good. And we're actually going to give away a few items from the merch store while we're at the Gotchiverse party on Saturday. So there's a little alpha. There's going to be a lot of different things to win during the Saturday Gotchiverse party, but some of it will be physical. And so we'll be sharing a lot of this goodness you see here on the screen right now. Okay, we keep it going though. What else is in the headlines here? Let's run through a few more things that are going on.
Yeah, we had from Catalyst OG, they hosted a Gotchi Guardians qualifier. It happened on Monday the second at 10 a.m. Eastern, with first place winning $250 in prizes, 150 for second and 50 for third with a Guardian NFT. This qualifier was for the larger tournament that's going to be happening live during Art Basel, I believe on the 7th. We see a little more information coming out about that too. So if you're in Art Basel, definitely swing by the Gates Hotel on the 7th and you can participate and watch this epic contest go down.
That's awesome. And they'll be playing on the new build that ships in the next 24 hours. It could ship later today. If not today, I'm being told latest this time tomorrow. So definitely in the next 24 hours, we'll have that brand new GOTCHI Guardians build, the first build to go live on Geist. And yeah, we're going to be having this awesome tournament with the Catalyst crew. They've been killing it and having some great streams with Kobe. And I love that this tournament, you got the qualifiers and the semis, and it's a proper tournament. So seeing that play out and then conclude in Miami is really cool. No Future, you probably know something about this. Not in the show notes, but worth calling out. The Polycade. This is the arcade machine that the DAO has funded being created. I think it's only had one IRL appearance so far. It just finished up. It was at IMCON in Detroit late in the summer. But I think we'll have that supported and live in Miami as well. Have you heard anything about that?
I've heard like rumblings. I think it is going to be there, but I'm not 100% sure because I think like Piglet has it. So it might be en route, like he would have to ship it. But yeah, if it's there, I'm definitely looking forward to playing around with it because it is a fun little machine. Yep.
There'll be a lot of good games on there. Either way, okay, saying the machine is in Denver. So no Polycade for Miami, but we'll see you at ETH Denver for sure. Regardless, I know Jason's got some PlayStations set up, running off the laptops, things like that, at the Gates Hotel. There's basically a whole lobby area that's going to be quarantined off for just gotchis, just for the ghosts. Maybe quarantine's not the right word, but you know what I mean. So yeah, very good. And we'll look forward to your content, whether it's for Say or Aavegotchi, No Future. It's good you're going down there. Is there anything else other than the basketball tournament you want to call out, or anybody on the fence about attending that you think there'd be a good reason to go?
Yeah, it's Art Basel, so there's gonna be a ton of like cool events. The crypto community goes down there. It's a ton of art. Magic Eden is doing like a villa, like a creator content villa. So there's going to be events there starting today, I think, running until Saturday, maybe Sunday. So it'll be an action pack weekend essentially. I'll be flying out tomorrow, so it should be a lot of fun.
Now you can see on screen we got Jason Desimone. He's head of brand strategy here at Aavegotchi. And he's kind of quarterbacking the whole event there in Miami at the Gates Hotel with the Aavegotchi gang. And so, yeah, definitely hit him up and look for him when you're at these events and come by. It's a 3-day event, I believe, for Aavegotchi that we're hosting at the Gates Hotel. So right there, Miami Beach, more on the Miami Beach side. That's where we'll be. And yeah, I heard a rumor there's a physical spinning wheel that's coming back that you can also win some cool stuff, including the physical merch we just mentioned. Now, maybe that's a segue to another spinning wheel. One of the big announcements, one of the big items we're trying to ship out this week is for GOTCHI Points. GOTCHI Points is the recently announced TGE campaign, the first such promotion for Geist. And so basically, that's going to ship in the next, I think it's like also in the next 24 hours, basically alongside Guardians. Guardians is going to ship, and then we have the update to the player profile. So if you've been playing GOTCHI games over the last year, you've been playing on the beta alpha version, really, of the player profile. That's all upgrading now, including this spinning wheel. Everything's like gamified now, where your badges are refreshed with new tiers. You got bronze, silver, gold. The badges emit GOTCHI points for every victory, every badge earned. And then what you do is you actually, when you earn the badge, you earn a spin, and then you come here and you spin the wheel, and you see how many points you got. So that's really more how that part works. Many of you have been burning your Alchemica tokens from Polygon. You can bridge those to Geist and burn them and start accumulating points. So that's the two ways to get points. Play the games or burn existing Alchemica, because we're basically folding the Alchemica into the new GOTCHI token that is on the way. So yeah, that's a big part to be aware of. All this stuff is just going live in hours, not days or weeks. And this will definitely be live by the time we all hang out Saturday together and do the GOTCHIverse launch party. So there'll be more badges to earn, and your user profile will plug into that and get you more spins and more rewards. So pretty stoked for all of that. If you want to get involved, you want to play the new Guardians game, you want to do any of this, and you want to be there at peak times when there's the most players, there's a lot of game nights going on. So No Future, you've seen a few that have happened just in the last few days, and there's going to be more of those as we roll out this launch of the new games.
Yeah, we actually had one from Chronicles GG, but this one was for Spirit Force Arena, my personal favorite of the GOTCHI games. So it's exciting to see that game get some love and some shine, because it is like, if you're into first or third person shooters, this is the game for you.
Yeah, always love some SFA, and this will be going live with its own refreshed badges and everything on Geist, but it'll be after we take care of business with the GOTCHIverse. So same team, we call them the Realm team. They built Spirit Force, and then using a lot of the same engine, the GOTCHIverse and Spirit Force are kind of like cousins. So they share a lot of the same code, and we'll get back and get SFA with a Geist proper version very, very soon. So yeah, they got the game nights going. Shout out to Catalyst. They've been doing amazing streams. The tournament we just talked about, but also Chronicles GG. They've been hosting game nights. And so generally, I would say hop in our Discord and keep an eye on the events tab, because anytime there's a game night that we're hosting or is being hosted by one of our partners or friends, we're going to put that in the events page, and you'll be notified. So that's the best way to keep track of these game nights. All right, should we get into the good stuff? No Future. We're going to talk about Guardians first, and then we'll talk about GOTCHIverse launch. And we're going to actually bring in another teammate. Last week, we brought in Stellar Hobbs, who does a lot of the UI and concept art, a lot of the design for creating the vibe of the world. This week, we're going to meet Robson, who is one of the 3D artists for the team. He does the lead for a lot of not just like the beautiful stuff, but how it's technically implemented. So he leads a lot of the effort on bringing it to its final form in the GOTCHIverse. So we're gonna meet him here in a little bit. Stick around for that. But first, let's get into the GOTCHI Guardians release. It's not quite live yet, but we're talking hours away from release, and it's a major release for two reasons. We said, one, it's gonna go be deployed with support on Geist. So every badge you get is actually being minted in the back end, is being minted on Geist. Geist is the back end. And so that's a major infrastructure change for the game. And this release, I would say, maybe more importantly for the player, has a big revamp of one of the key gameplay structures here. So if you know, this is a multiplayer tower defense game. And before, you had a lot of choices on not just upgrading your towers, but you actually choose where the liquidators, the enemies, spawn, where they spawn and who spawns every round. So the game plays in rounds, and that's what you would do. There were a couple through the playtest and the work over the last many months. It's become apparent that there's a little bit of an issue there. It's not the perfect design for onboarding, and it's not quite on the sweet spot between being like too complex and like ready to pick up and play. And so I'm really impressed with what Slama and the team have come up with. This update basically, this is the new part. So you basically now don't have to make so many decisions about the spawning. You have an event system where you're basically just choosing A or B for each round. And this kind of rewards being flexible with your strategies. You're able to like kind of have a much clearer, more defined sense of why you're making the choices you're making. Like, why am I going to go with these liquidators over the other ones, basically. And so you start to see these strategies form, and it makes it more clear what they are and how to change them midway through your strategy, through your battle. Because it's 8 GOTCHIs competing, and the battle is for last GOTCHI standing. And so you want to keep that GOTCHI alive. You want to keep your towers protecting you. But now there's this brand new gameplay with this new event system that helps right here, choose your strategy for enemies that come at you, and they go at the other 7 people. So it's really, really cool. We've had a lot of really good feedback on this, on the play tests for people that have got to go early on with it. And it got to the point that was greenlit, and now it's actually here for everybody to enjoy. So I think it's a big gameplay kind of level up here for what they're doing at Guardians. So yeah, if this looks good to you, you are hours away from trying it. You're like sitting here for the first time hearing about it. Where do you go to play it? As with everything, you just hop in our Discord or go to Aavegotchi.com. You go to Aavegotchi.com and there's an area called games, and that's where it'll be. There's a bunch of games there, and this is one of them. And you'll have the update links to download the game and start playing right away. Now, I mentioned the word download. I think the other piece of this. Oh, before we go to Gotchiverse, a couple more things on Guardians, right? What is this? We've had a skin that's been available for a couple weeks now, right?
Yes. There you go. Ghost Pirate.
Yes. So this limited edition skin, the first skin we've done, is also an NFT, also something that you can own on Geist, and it affects your gameplay. So you can equip certain sets, and now you have the rare Ghost Pirate skin set and all the things that come with that. That is being extended until December 12th. We're just very generous. We want to make sure everybody gets one that wants one. And with the new release just happening basically today, we said, okay, let's add one more week, and you have your chance to get the Ghost Pirate. So that remains available for a little bit longer till December 12th. Okay.
It looks so good. Oh, it looks so good.
Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites. And here's just some more clips of this is actually, I think it's been up for about a month since the last release, but the glossary is so nice. So you can go in and really just get to know all these great characters, all the strong IP and lore that the team has built into Gotchi Guardians. It's, with each passing iteration, it's just getting stronger and stronger. So highly encourage everyone to check this one out. It's going to be the first game where you can earn badges on Geist and start earning spins for the Gotchi points. That all goes live this week. Okay, so you're playing Gotchi Guardians. You got some tournaments going. You're joining the game nights. What else can you do? Where else can you earn some points? And the good news is there's more opportunities coming. So this Saturday, 2 p.m. UTC, that's 9 a.m. in New York. On Saturday morning, we'll be playing for the first time the Gotchiverse 3D. So that's going to go live. We're having a launch party. The team's super excited about this. It's the first time we'll be having large crowds of people gather in this metaverse, and you're all going to be spawning at a dance party in the Gotchiverse. Yeah, here's the dance party.
Ooh, look at that.
Yeah, we're all going to be hanging out. We got the custom music. It's kind of a launch party for my music album. It's not launching, but it's a reveal party. We'll be minting that album on Geist in the months and the weeks ahead. We got to ship the NFT music for Geist. So that's a preview and a showcase of the first, I'd say, 20 minutes of the party. And then we're going to open it up. Well, look, Little Pump is DJing. There he is. Little Pump. Ironic. You saw his sale the other day, right? I think he got hacked.
He sold way too cheap. Godlike items going for like 2,000 ghosts. That was crazy.
Yeah, somebody was doing some wallet snooping, and I think he got wrecked on that one. I don't know. Who knows? But everything in that wallet was going on fire sale. It was pretty brutal. So regardless, we'll check in on Lil Pump, make sure he's okay. We'll invite him to the party. But that's Saturday, 2 p.m. You want to be there. And the way we're kind of talking about it is it's like the first metaverse where you can go in, and by participating in this kind of tangible event, you can come out with real actual mints. So there's going to be 2 open edition mints happening simultaneously with the party. Now we'll be partying and dancing for the first hour. We're going to keep those mints open for a full 8 hours. So even if, the time zone I mentioned to you is not ideal, you're still going to be able to have some window of time to hop in and basically complete the badge tasks and get your participate in the mints. Now the first mint is like the really interactive one. It's we're calling it Gotchi Gram. So Gotchi gram mints are like Instagram. That's the tongue-in-cheek reference, where you're going to be running around the map to gather rare cameras. If you pick up a rare camera, you're going to have the right to take a photo, and each photo can be minted into part of this NFT collection. We'll capture the metadata of which user profile took the photo. So if No Future takes the photo, we know that, and it'll go in the NFT as photographer was No Future. And then in the days after, we're going to distribute all those mints to everybody who took photos. So if you took 2 photos, everybody has a cap of 2. If you take 2 photos, No Future, then you're going to wake up one day in the near future and see those photos in your player profile, in your wallet, basically. And it will also be supported on the new NFT marketplace, on the bazaar. So we're going to immediately have a market to trade and start collecting these commemorative photos that we organically all took together at the party. So you want to join the party, you want to take some photos, be a part of that mint. You're going to come away with some NFTs. And then if you are a Geist member, because what I just said goes for everybody, whether you're a Geist member or not, you're going to be able to do all that. We want this first party to be as accessible to as many people as possible. So should address these frequently asked questions. You don't need a Gotchi. If you have a Gotchi, it's definitely a better experience. It's a great time. Just seeing your Gotchi in 3D for the first time with all these cool animations, it's quite nice. But you can actually just hop in, click the link, and it's a browser-based game, no downloads. You're going to hop in on party day. If you just go from a random links shared on socials promoting it, you're going to immediately hop into the world as a quote-unquote visitor. So you'll be a translucent, transparent Aavegotchi and kind of an observer. You're able to do everything except this second mint. The second mint is for Geist members only, and it is a commemorative postcard for our new postcard series. And so the Gotchiverse is very events-based, and you can imagine there'll be a lot of different events in the future. And if they hit a certain tier, like this launch party tier, there's a postcard that gets minted with it, but it's for members only. Nobody else can mint them. And they'll also trade on the bazaar. But if you want to be the one actually getting the mint, it's kind of like a whitelist, you need to be a Geist member. So if you're not a Geist member, you can still make a profile, you can still do the photo safari, you still party with us, still get badges, but you're not going to get the postcard. That is more rare. That's just for the members. And if you really want to be a member, talk to me or No Future or anybody in the Discord. There's still people with invite codes available. But like No Future said, he's kind of been holding on tight to them, saving it for more gaming and more competition. So you got to ask nice, but usually someone will give you a membership. So welcome to join in the Discord and make some friends. Okay, I see some questions coming in. Maybe we can pause here for a moment and answer any questions. It says, hello, is it going to have a simple way to transfer Ghost from Polygon to Geist? And yeah, those are actually live right now. You can go to Aavegotchi.com, hover on the top, and there's actually two spots where you can find the bridges to move your Ghost already. So you can hover on the top. There's an area called Tools. Go to Tools, and you'll see a bridge option there for Ghost, for Alchemica. And then the NFT bridge for the Gotchis is going to be launching very soon, hopefully this week. But for our purposes with Gotchiverse, if you want to join the party and your Aavegotchi is sitting on Polygon, that's okay. We've built it in such a way that we can read Gotchis from both Geist and Polygon. So no pressure, no stress on that front. But yeah, there are ways to move Ghost to Geist right now, and they're all available at Aavegotchi.com. So that's going well. One more thing on the badges front. This is a big announcement for all the OGs that have been playing our games for the past year. That kind of alpha player profile with all the badges that you earned, they're going to get wiped with the move to Geist, but that's okay. They're still going to have value. It's going to get quantified. And so over the next 48 hours, all badges from Spirit Force Arena and Gotchi Guardians will be reset. And then what we're doing is we are airdropping alpha tester badges to your profile on Geist. And so depending on how many you earned, you're going to get like a different alpha tester badge, depending on how much you played in the prior year. So those badges are going to emit the spins for the GOTCHI points. So basically, you are being rewarded for all the alpha playtesting that you guys did, and we all know it's all quantified in how many badges you earned over the last year. So yeah, there they are right there, and so I know Future, you're going to get a bunch of these alpha tester badges airdropped just because of your SFA days for sure.
Yeah, I'm excited because I played so much SFA. I did play GOTCHI Guardians too, but SFA was my personal favorite. I was streaming it pretty much every morning during my streams. Shout out to Light Piglet for wrecking me so many times.
Dude, you guys had some battles. There was like a month or two there where it was showdowns every day. And
I had to bring my son in to beat him, but it happened.
You called in the backup.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, do you have any questions? Is there anything like maybe it's obvious to me, but especially for Gotchiverse, it's pretty straightforward, right? You don't have to download anything. Just come on by.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. Browser-based activity here is like, it's going to make this seamless. Like, we can just literally drop a link and invite people in. I'll be able to jump in and take photos and dance. I saw like some of the art that you were displaying in the dance party, some Bare Brains fake gotchis. Like, that took me back because I own some of those pieces and I haven't seen them in so long. So it's going to just be cool to like just get the whole gang in there and just dance.
Yeah, and that's the first part, and then we're working hard to get we have an art gallery that will also be. We're thinking about having it go live at the same day, or is it too much? We could save that for the week after, but we're going to have an art gallery as well with a lot more of those fake gotchis on display. So pretty excited about how that's shaping up. And this is a good time to bring in one of our Gotchiverse key teammates. We're going to bring up Robson here on stage. I'll give a brief intro. Robson is a longtime builder in the space, especially Web3 gaming. I think he wouldn't mind me showing a bit of his resume. When we met Robson about a year ago, give or take, it was the perfect time because we were into this Unity build. We knew what we needed, and his resume spoke of like Decentraland. So he has a lot of experience on some of the biggest metaverses, and helped design a lot of their pipeline for things like user-generated content. And we'll get into that. That's something that is on the roadmap for Gotchiverse. We want Gotchi Gang to have their fingerprints literally all over the world. And there's a couple cool ways to achieve that. And one of them is like making a pipeline for 3D objects to be submitted, reviewed, and ultimately minted into NFTs on Geist. So those are some of the things that Robson is absolutely critical in helping to set up. And then a lot of this 3D world you see, he's been working with some other 3D artists, but he's kind of leading that team and working to bring this world you see to life. So with that, why don't you guys welcome Robson to the stage? And hey, there he is.
Hey guys.
Hey there, Mike's clear. We hear you well.
Awesome.
Thanks for joining the stream. Been wanting to introduce more and more of the team to the community. And you do a lot of good work. You've been a very, very busy man. Maybe we can start with you just sharing a little bit of, let's look at something you've been working on, on your computer screen, if you don't mind. Bringing us into your workday. Is that something you'd be? Yeah, here we go. All right, so this is a little throwback here, but when we got started on Gotchiverse, we started with stuff like this, right? What are we looking at here?
Yeah, this is a custom shader from to fill the reservoir. This is an effect that some of the installations gonna have. So when you are in the Gotchiverse, you're gonna see some stuff. Some VFX are basically like rolling dynamically.
Right. And it seems simple enough. It's like, okay, cool. It empties, it drains, it fills up. But the old school Gotchi Gang will notice it's pretty much, extremely similar to, maybe exactly the same as the farm equipment we had in 2D Gotchiverse. Because in the 2D one, from the top-down view, the farm equipment was still 3D. It was a unique mesh of like 3D objects placed in a 2D world. And so here we see another farm equipment that is 3D and animated. So one of your first tasks, if I recall correctly, was to take the existing 3D designs we had and then update them and optimize them for Unity. And I guess there
Yeah,
was a lot of work to do there.
exactly. Yeah, because the models were not made specifically for like games. They were made to take handers, and those handers uh, will be on top of the 2D. So we have to like do some optimization LODs in for them to be able to be translated for the game engine to be run in a real time.
Yep. And so that's something that you worked through early on, and you kind of got to know all our ecosystem that way. It's a good way to learn
Yeah,
about Aavegotchi at large.
yeah, exactly.
And what would you say is different about like your previous work with other teams compared to what you're doing with Aavegotchi? Is there anything that stands out to you as like, you know, whether it's from the game perspective or the company culture perspective? What's something that you feel is maybe different, good or bad?
No, yeah, I really like that the team is really united in to solve problems. So in like anytime I can pick like anyone from the team, and he will like help me solve a specific problem that I'm having right away.
Yeah,
So
that's
the team is really united.
we do emphasize it's so important to over communicate with a
Yeah,
remote team. There's we're all on different continents, aren't we? So
yeah, exactly.
shout out South America.
Yeah,
So very good. Now we're looking here at a particularly this kind of a recent area we're working out, which is the maze garden. Basically, we call it
yeah,
Merkle Tree Park. We'll reference to crypto heads with the Merkle Tree, and a lot of crypto references in this park. So um, you kind of had a lot of fun here. It looks like with just nods to different crypto brands. There's Geist. You can take a walk through this park on Saturday and you'll see some pretty cool Easter eggs. So you
yeah.
did.
And also props to you to make the concept. You
That's
were
true.
the one that made the initial design
Yeah.
for the 3D. Yeah,
Usually it goes from me, and then Stellar's like, he's the concept artist. He's like, all right, I know what you're trying to do. Let me fix it for
yeah,
you. But we didn't have time on this one, so it's this one I worked directly with you, Robson. It's pretty cool.
yeah.
Hopefully
That's
Stellar
cool.
approves. So very cool. We got a couple other questions for you here. Let's see. In terms of like the challenges, do you have anything like here we see so many of the objects you and Daria work so hard to make and bring to
Yeah,
3D.
yeah.
What's the trade-off between making things beautiful and remember we're a browser-based game on WebGL, so that comes with some limitations, right?
Yeah, we because if you're making like games for PC or console, you have like a wider budget on what you got to spend on performance. But for WebGL, you have some memory limitations. So the application, I believe, the standard for any application that you make with Unity that goes to the browser is 2 GB. So this is a really tight budget for make a 3D application, because if you get like D1 is massive. It have like a lot of elements, so you have to really manage what you're gonna bring to the world, but you have to also balance that with the performance. So we are doing like a lot of technical a lot of techniques to improve performance, like dealing with LODs and occlusion culling. That is, occlusion culling, you basically bake all the information of the 3D that you have on the scene, and it shows and hides dynamically when the camera is pointing to.
Yep, and that's the kind of stuff that, like, from my point of view, it's did a first pass, made a lot of the 3D objects lighter in terms of like the data that it carries. But at the end of the day, 2 gigabytes is still a very tight lid when every Gotchi has wearables on. All those wearables also contribute to memory. And so you guys have gotten pretty, I don't know what to say, just very in depth on like how you can fit everything into the game. There is a lot of stuff to fit. And
yeah, it was like we had to do like a lot of testing because it is a lot of elements. So you have to really balance between the beauty, the visuals, and the performance. So you have to go over each element and like scrap them, whatever you could.
Right. And so we'll see how it goes Saturday. Join us all Saturday to see the world that Robson has built. Yeah, he's dropping some deep wizard knowledge for sure. LODs and occlusion. Look it up. And
yes, sorry about the technicals.
no, it's good. It's good. We all just hear it and then go straight to ChatGPT to explain it. So.
Kubernetes.
Good one. Funny. So no, that's part of the fun. It's more satisfying, I think, for the community to understand the process of what we're building together because we're building with the community. So it's good you bring them in with some technicals. I guess as a final thought, what would you leave us with as something you're looking forward to? We've got this build ready. Hopefully everyone enjoys it and can see like when this launch party goes live, it's more of like a preview of what's possible. We now understand our limitations. We had to learn a lot with the limitations of 3D objects and that's what I was saying is it's not one draft. It was multiple revisits of how to make this stuff all play nice together. And we're there now. We're in a good spot. So what are you looking forward to when we come back after the holidays? And what are your kind of personal goals or things you're excited about?
Yeah, so we are looking to user-generated content. This is like something because once we work on D1, we as you said, we go over like a lot of all the limitations of the platform that we're dealing with, and now we have like a lot of data to work on top of it, so we can create like a documentation and a pipeline for users to submit like their art, what they want for the GOTCHIverse, for the content from the community, and we are gonna like to fit that into our system. So I'm really looking forward to do it.
Yeah, and that's something you have a lot of experience with. Like I mentioned at the front, you've set up similar systems for other titles that people might be familiar with. So I think the cool thing here is when you came on, it was kind of a blank slate. So we're building from the ground together, and all your best practices and previous lessons learned come into the GOTCHIverse. So
awesome. Yeah, totally.
It's gonna be really good. So I hope you all join us at the party. It's going to be Saturday morning if you're in the US or any time zones nearby. Otherwise, it's 2 p.m. UTC, so midday in Europe and evening in Asia. But we're going to have a great party. We party every week. Every week there's a community call at this time in the Discord. So in that sense, it's very regular. But yeah, so join us in the Discord, and we'll be on stage there chatting. Maybe Robson will hop back on stage. Who knows? And then we'll all be simultaneously playing in another browser. We'll be playing in the GOTCHIverse. So no future. Did we miss anything? Was there anything else to bring up here while we got Robson handy?
No, I don't think we missed anything. I'm just really excited to see like your creation come to life and get to play around in it. Like looking at that Ripple Garden or with the Merkle trees, the Merkle tree setup, that looked very cool. Seeing all the different crypto symbols that we saw there. So I think it's going to be fun to go get lost in a maze and then go to a dance party.
Exactly. It's what I'd rather be doing in real life, right? So we're going to do it all together in the GOTCHIverse, and look forward to all of you being there. So yeah, that's pretty much it on the Gotchiverse side. Robson, thanks for your time. I know it's in the middle of you're cooking, so we'll let you get back to work.
Yeah.
And
No worries.
yeah, we'll holler in a little bit. Thanks so much.
Thanks, guys.
All right. So yeah, super stoked for all this good stuff coming. We've got the new player profile, the badges, and 2 games going live second half of this week. What more could we ask for? Well, maybe the NFT bridge, and maybe we'll get it, and maybe it'll be next week. That'll be fine too. And what else is shipping? We could put a bow tie on this episode with any more headlines or anything to dive a bit deeper into.
Well, it seems like we're going to be having the GOTCHI Battler tournament coming up soon. TM, we've had some more info given out by the GOTCHI Battler team in terms of their newest build. It's a GOTCHI Battler version 1.7, which is now live with new features including balance changes, simulator tool. You can save teams, item shop, and profiles. And the expectation is that in December we'll be seeing the next tournament, so that's going to be very exciting for them. And they did another highlight of a GOTCHI. Man, I actually don't have that here. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Yeah, I believe it was Lemniscape. Mark Zeller, they highlighted his GOTCHI. Where was it? It happened. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, he has that good old Aave. No, actually, Rocinante is the GOTCHI that they've most recently highlighted. It was showcase number 4. The owner is Askals. Rarity score of 892. So we're still super high up on these BRS leaderboards with these GOTCHIs. This one is an Apex Stanny wearable set that's rocking, and it's classed as a tank. So yeah, the Aave themed boat is a legendary wearable. It's just really cool. It's always, I can't wait to see what that looks like in 3D. Ooh, Jesse, I think you're muted.
You were right. That never happens to me. It finally happened. All I was saying is it'd be really cool to see Rocinante appear on the dance floor at the party. So hope we get some not just celebrity guest appearances from humans, but some celebrity GOTCHIs coming through. So I want to be like, oh yeah, you're the GOTCHI from the top 10 on the kinship leaderboard. You're killing it. So yeah, very cool. These showcases from the Battler channel on X are really enjoyable. I think we should start every show with one of their showcases. We can do a GOTCHI of the week. So shout out there, very good. I think that's about it. Like we said, be on the lookout for some more game nights with the launch of Guardians going live in the next 24 hours, maybe any hour. Be watching our socials, our announcements in Discord. Everything's going live day by day here. So lots happening. And yeah, I think that about covers it for this week, though. All right.
Yeah, the last thing I'll add is the Aavegotchi Autonomous Agent has an official channel now in the Discord. You can also use the command, the exclamation point GOTCHI to ask the AAA agent any questions you have. It's been primed and knows pretty much everything about Aavegotchi now. So it's a great onboarding tool for information to help people learn when they jump into the Discord. So definitely check it out.
These AI agents are the new meta. They're taking over, and really cool to see the community organically stepping up and interacting with this stuff. If you know GOTCHI Gang, you know, we kind of have that DeFi DNA from DeFi Summer, and we've always been very hands-on, a builder's first type of mentality. And so it's no surprise, let's see, Light Piglet, White Ranger, I know there's others involved in this, coming together and feeding this and training it. And now it's in the Discord and on Twitter, X. And yeah, you can hop in. And actually, if you are new to GOTCHI Gang and you're jumping in Discord for the first time, this AI agent's going to be your best friend. You can answer just about any question at this point. So very powerful. Yeah, and give this one a follow. The Aavegotchi Autonomous Agent, AAA. 2 A's for everything Aavegotchi has always been the joke. They had to go a step further. Now it's 3 A's. So very cool. All right, yeah, good shout out there. I think that about wraps it up. We're going in this is the last month of the year, and we're going to drop a ton of gameplay onto Geist. At least 3 major titles. We've talked about 2 of them this week. I promise if you come back this time next week, we're going to be talking about a 3rd title that will also be launching. And a little plot twist there. Of the 3, right? It should all be launching on Geist. And they will, but there's a little plot twist with this 3rd one. It might make a detour and be somewhere for a different audience first before it comes over to Geist. That's all I'm going to say about it for now. I think it's a really cool strategy, and it's going to put GOTCHI in front of some new faces. And we'll talk about that next week. So something to percolate on, because we've already done information overload on this show. TLDR, get ready to play some GOTCHI Guardians, and then join us Saturday for the GOTCHIverse party. And let's just have a good time and vibe out. So No Future, if you're good, we'll wrap it up here. Thank you for everybody for joining, and we'll see you Saturday at the party and at these game nights. Cheers.
Cheers.